Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm her Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is a channel where we do all Aries readings. And today we're going to be taking a look here at the energy for the next 48 hours. Okay. So I was going to pull one of these as the overall energy. And as I was shuffling, I was hearing use this as for the reading for the Celtic cross. So I'm going to put these right here. All right. So let's get into the overall energy. Holy Spirit, Spirit guides and angels, please allow me deliver a clear message here for the Aries collective. This is for the next 48 hours, the energy. All right. So the first card that we have out here from the African goddess rising oracle is Ma'at. And this talks about the principle of giving and receiving. Okay. This card specifically talks about being out of balance. Okay. When this comes up, this means that there is some imbalance in your life, meaning that either you're giving too much or you're on the receiving side too much. But nonetheless, either or, it's an imbalance in your life. This also talks about the divine feminine principle of receiving. And that was interesting because in the last reading that I did, I believe it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, yin came out in the wisdom of the oracle, which was divine feminine energy, which it means to receive, to be in the receptive mode. Okay, so the fact that this is coming out again, talking about receptivity, there is someone here who needs to be comfortable in receiving, that could be comfortable in receiving blessings, that could be comfortable in allowing people to help you in areas that you fall short or you may be weak in. Okay. Um, Sometimes asking for help is a strength. People don't look at it that way. But when you're able to humble yourself and say that you may need something or you're in need of anything, even if it's advice, that is a strength. It is not a weakness. Okay. So there needs to be some sort of balance. Also, Ma'at can talk about justice as well. Getting back what you deserve, or giving and receiving. Okay. So the next card I have is from the Moonology, and it says bring love into the situation. Love is the highest vibration there is in this world, in this universe, whatever you want to call it. It is the highest. Okay. It is what we manifest from, through. It is what heals. It is what multiplies. Okay. So Spirit is asking you, there's a situation that they want you to bring love into. I pulled from the wisdom of the oracle and I pulled two cards. They came out together. Peace came out again. Now, I know this card definitely came out yesterday because this was the theme of the reading. So this jumped out again after I shuffled, and I also got No Place Like Home. And No Place Like Home talks about authenticity, being yourself and being comfortable being yourself in your own skin, doing what makes you feel like you and not being afraid or ashamed to do it. It also can talk about connections where you are at home with, relationships that you feel comfortable in and that you're allowed to be at your highest. And I want to read that one too because it has some great gems in there. Number 50, and it says no place like home. Coming home to yourself, authenticity, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home, for you are here, in the house of your spirit and spirit. Sorry, when I looked up, I thought I saw something standing behind me. Okay, so that was weird. And I'm going to read Ma'at as well. And it says, reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. The embodiment here says giving and receiving is a spiritual law and spell work. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. And if you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. Receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendships, money, and love. They are all the same thing. And the goddess declaration is, I give easily and freely, and I receive freely and easily. Beautiful. All right. All right, let's see where this is going here. So I'm not going to read peace because we did that one yesterday. And then from the Ancestor Oracle, you got the Knight and you got the Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within and be brave and honest. Be brave and honest. This feels like being brave and honest with yourself, Aries. I'm going to pull from the Chakra Oracle. I'm going to pull a few cards. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, computer's glitching. Maybe I did see something behind me. I don't, because the computer's starting to glitch. I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's take a look here. Holy Spirit, spirits, and angels, please allow me to give a message here for the Aries Collective. Please protect whatever is going on here with this computer. Let's see. What do we have here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising? What do we have here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising? I don't know why I want to keep wanting to say Hornets. They used to be Hornets a long time ago. Went to a Pelicans game tonight, so I have my jersey on. So you have perseverance and miracle, Aries. Perseverance and miracle. You're almost at the finish line of some chapter in your life. They're asking you to not give up. Not give up. That's sometimes at the very end or that breaking point. Look at that abundance. And that's what was at the bottom of the deck. Abundance, miracle, and perseverance. Also self-worth. Right when we feel like giving up, right at that very moment where we feel like giving up, that's usually where something breaks free or breaks through and a miracle happens. A miracle takes place right when you feel like you want to give up. Right when you feel like you want, something just popped into my head and I was thinking about that and I'm like, yep, that's that, you're right. I need that advice too. Right when you feel like you're about to give up, that's when that miracle comes through or that breakthrough. And it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Let's take a look here for Aries. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Give us one card here for this reading, Spirit. The Aries need. There it is. Unexpected income. Money cards have been coming out a lot for the Aries Collective. Abundance, unexpected income. So, right when you're ready to give up, perseverance. Keep going, Aries. Keep going. I'm going to pull. Am I going to use one of these? I think so. I'm just going to pull one card from this deck to add to the overall energy and the theme of this reading. And then we're going to get into the Celtic Cross. Bruno! Holy Spirit, things and angels, please on. The cross is here for the Aries Collective. Thank you so much. Bruno likes to take baths. I just saw him he's opened the bathroom door. He's trying to climb into the tub and he can't because it's tall. All right, so let's take a look here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What is the overall? Ooh, there it is. One card. That card keeps coming out in reverse, and I know in this deck it's ripped. So I definitely already know when it's coming out. Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse is the theme of this reading. Wow. And then the Ace of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, which talks about the new beginning, the card that comes after the Ten of Swords or in that suit. So Aries, pain, um, painful endings of cycles that may have been very long and arduous with the 10 of 10, with Ma'at is also number 10, talking about completion. Okay, completion. Something is coming to an end. Um, so wow. So this is very strong reading. So like this is literally talking about Aries that you're finally about to feel comfortable in your own skin, or some of you who have already, let me tell you this, it's not that you haven't been able to be authentic or be yourself, but I feel like it's a circumstance or a situation or a cycle that has made you feel very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I'm seeing things in the corner of my eyes, and it could be my lashes because they're long, but definitely things floating around. All right. Um, and so with the No Place Like Home and peace coming out again, No Place Like Home, This is saying that there's this energy. And so, and most of you know who've been following me for a long time, when, because this is a single sign channel, this is an Aries channel, Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, and whatever else you relate to Aries, is that generally you will see an energy shift in the readings, meaning that some topics will come up over and over again, because that means that the collective is moving into that energy, and everybody's not going to experience at the same time, but there'll be a period of time where we'll start to experience that, like for the next few months or few weeks or whatever. So when I see the peace card coming out again for the next day in a row, and now no place like home, and it's saying you being in your authentic self, being comfortable in your own skin, and being at peace. And I'm seeing the Ten of Swords that keeps jumping out as well over the last few days or week. Ten of Swords in reverse specifically. It's like a situation someone has not been able to get out of mentally, possibly mentally, or this could be around very harsh communication, betrayals, backstabbing type of energy. Just really not being done right by a situation or person. You're coming out of this energy, Aries, but it's slowly but surely, for, and different speeds for a lot of people. I feel like with this being brave and honest, there's maybe a situation where this could just even be within yourself. And I said that, being honest with yourself and unlock your magic within. So and magic is love, right? That what to me, the definition of magic is love, because love moves things, it literally moves things physically. It creates things, it manifests things. So, all right, let's get into this and see what's going on here. What's going on here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What's going on here for Holy Spirit, Spirits, Angels? Please allow me to message here for the Aries Collective. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Oh, I think that's it. Using the big cards. Sorry, guys. And there it is again. Ten of Winter is the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. All right. So what is going on here for Aries? Flipped over. We have balance. And I was seeing that as I was shuffling. Again, balance, giving and receiving. Ma'at, balance. And this card, number 14, that is temperance, the temperance card. Take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Patience, transmuting energy here. Okay, balance, taking other people's opinions, and take what you need, take it into consideration. But this is about balance, balancing energy. Usually it's light and dark, and this one it's white and red, or I don't know what that is. I hope it's not blood, or I don't know, but it's like this white and red mixture here. So temperance. Be patient, Aries, because the end is near. Something is coming to an end. Something is coming to a completion, and it's allowing you to put yourself back into balance. Just be patient. And Aries is not good at with patience. That's something that we've all had to work at and still working at. I think that's always going to be our lifelong journey, because we're such self-starters, and we're just always ready to take action, that we just want to do it now, now, now. So balance is always going to be a challenge for all of us. The challenge here, though, is Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Autumn, generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Be practical with respect of how you proceed. Okay, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. This is about valuables, material wealth, and success. Making sure that, first of all, I'm seeing this in a few different ways. Some of you could have issues with your self-worth, and that is at the bottom of the deck, feeling like you are worthy to receive certain amounts of things, of money and abundance and things like that. Some of you maybe need to be more giving, okay, because being giving, you do receive. Being generous, you do receive, okay. And so aspects, so only you know which one it is for you. If you know you're a giver, then that you may need to be working on being in the receptive mode, and being okay to be blessed, and have abundance poured out on you. Now, if you know that you don't give that much, and maybe you spend a lot, or you just you're, I don't want to say penny pinching, but you know how some people are just afraid to spend money. That is the worst energy that you can be in. I'm not saying ball out and spend it all, But I am saying hoarding and having a fear of money leaving you is just going to do just that. It's going to make money leave you. Okay. So this Queen of Pentacles energy here is in the challenge position. This could be a person now, Queen of Autumn, who could be selfish that you're experiencing. Somebody here who you could be dealing with who's selfish or an overgiver. All right. So anyways, let's see here. What does spirit want you focusing on right now, Aries? What does spirit want you focusing on right now? I just saw 15:15 on the clock. What is the 10 of summer, which is the 10 of cups? So spirit wants you to be focusing on your happiness, your spiritual well-being, okay, being spiritually in alignment, and what makes you emotionally fulfilled. Some of you, this could be family or relationship, but it says that in a 10 of summer, an emotionally fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, people you can trust. So Aries, spirit really wants you to focus on right now what makes you happy and doing more of it, making it a priority, actually. Yeah, definitely making it a priority. Making it a priority. I'm seeing the 10 of spring at the bottom of the deck. So that means that somebody has been bogged down a lot with a lot of tasks, a lot of work, a lot of struggles. And it's time to focus on more of what makes you happy, not just what's getting the job done. So in the past here, I'm seeing the Ace of Swords, Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So this is like a breath of fresh air, you being reinvigorated after a very painful, long, difficult cycle. And that was the overall energy, the 10 of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like there is a new leaf turning over for a lot of you, maybe in the recent past or now happening. 10 of Autumn right here at the bottom of the deck. What is crowning here, Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What is crowning Aries? What is crowning Aries in this reading, Spirit? The Four of Summer, the Four of Cups, being distracted, distractions, and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. That could be difficult. That could be really difficult when there's so much piling up, you know? But if you can make a practice of gratitude and you just make it a part of your routine, you won't forget it. There's one thing I started doing. I think I read it's 11:11 right now. I read this in a book and or heard it on something, and it's been a few years because now it's literally just a habit. It's something that I do. It's something that I love to do. But for the first, when as soon as I wake up, and sometimes if I lay in bed, I'll just do it while I'm in bed. But if I jump up out of bed, my first foot on the ground is thank, and my second one is you. Thank you. That's the best way to start your day in gratitude. Okay. It reminds you to be grateful and just gratitude all day. There's so much to be thankful for, but if you don't focus on what to be thankful for, you will focus on what there is to complain about. And it's just far much more beneficial to be in gratitude. No matter what's going on in your life, you'll see that there'll be a lot less to complain about if you are more in gratitude than you are, complaining. It just really does work like that. Okay, it really does work like that. And it's a principle of, it's kind of like, and I heard this, I read a lot of law of attraction books, but it's kind of like you stub your toe first thing in the morning and you start cussing and fussing and all of those things. It will create a domino effect because that is energy. Energy expands. So then you're mad at that. Then you start running late and then this won't happen. Then you can't find your keys. Everything to make you mad after stubbing that toe is going to happen. Unless, yes, a stub toe hurts. But if you kind of walk it out a little bit and say, okay, right, this is not going to dictate my day, right? That will change everything. It actually happened to me today, not stubbing my toe, but being angry about something. Just, I'm going through a lot of emotions, grief. One of the stages of grief is anger, and I'm just there. So I am giving myself grace to be in that energy, but sometimes I can take it overboard because I'm an Aries. Okay. I can take it overboard because I'm an Aries. And I kind of watched that play out in my life today, just be like, not stop snapping myself out of it this morning. But I'm so glad I did because by the end of the day, we had a great day. But it does. It's a domino effect if you don't allow yourself to get out of that and I'm just, for lack of a better expression, woe is me energy. Okay. Because if you start in the woe is me energy, then the universe is going to respond and say, hey, let's give him or her more to be like, woe is me. Let's give them more because that's what they're asking for. So be careful with that, Aries, because Four of Cups talks about the possibility of missing an opportunity because of your vibration. Okay. Not saying that you're going to, but the possibility that you could miss something that's there for you. So in your future position, you have the Nine of Summer or the Nine of Cups. Beautiful, a wish fulfillment. So there definitely is something coming in for you. You definitely don't want to miss it. Wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. Beautiful, beautiful energy. All right, what is the energy Aries is in? The Six of Summer, Six of Cups, compassion, friendship, sharing emotions, being emotionally balanced, giving and receiving love. And then you have 15, which is ego, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. I think this is the death card. This is the death card because after that definitely comes um what came out first? Balance. Yeah. Yeah, this is the death card. But let me check. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh, let's make sure. I do believe it is. And I would like to look at the book in here and see too. What is that? Yeah, because it comes before the tower. Um, yeah, this is more about physical. That's gonna fall. Let's put that over there. Oh, my music cut off. My phone must have died. So Aries, this both of these cards came out for you. The Six of Cups, but then also, excuse me, I said the death. I keep saying the death. The devil. I keep saying, okay. So this came out, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Oh, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. Tomorrow is the 20th. Tomorrow is the 20th of January. And I was hearing, and I was listening to an astrology podcast, and it was actually talking about starting on the 20th. I don't know what transit it is, but it's about how a lot of it will be a good time, and I don't know if it would be a good time or it's just going to happen, where a lot of childhood reflection is going to come up. Childhood wounds, shadow work, the devil energy here, doing shadow work with about your childhood traumas, things that have happened in the past. And I'm looking at this right now. It says child right here. Um, I feel like that's going to be very beneficial for someone because you think about it, things that come up in our life until something is healed, it's just a repeat. Situations, people, experiences. It's almost like on repeat or autopilot until you cleanse or clear something out of your life or you deal with it. So this definitely looks like something from your past, childhood, from the childhood, children, childhood. Could be the return of romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light. That is what's being highlighted. Remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. And then you got that mixed with the devil. So the devil talks about being trapped, being confined, being bound by something, and it's an illusion. In this aspect, it's a memory in your life areas where you are remembering something better or worse. Maybe you're remembering it some way better than it happened, or maybe you're remembering something way worse than it happened. But that memory or that thought is gripping you, griping you, it's binding you. Okay. And you have to release it. It could be making you afraid of something, afraid of the future, afraid of more things coming in like this. It could be bringing up some sort of trauma in you. But again, You have to release it. And oh my goodness, on this thing, on this, so I don't know what they're burning here, but it says guilt. It says, I don't know if you can see that, but it says guilt right here is what he's burning. And then the other one says blame and fear. They're burning. They're scrolls. They're scrolls. That's what they are. And they're burning guilt, blame, and fear. And I feel like, okay, so I heard a Kashic. So Kashic record. So it's like giving me an example of what this could be like. So this is like previous things that have happened in your life that has caused you to feel guilt, blame, or fear in some way. And it's time for you to release it. So this is just saying you're going to be in this energy of remembering, going over things from your past, burning them away, letting them go, and releasing them. Hmm. Sounds very beneficial. All right. What's in your environment? What's in your environment? But things could definitely be coming up, right? Things could be coming up from up to the surface from now until the end of the month, where all of a sudden something from maybe childhood or something from your younger years could come up. And you're like, why is this coming up now? Like, why am I triggered by this right now? That's usually a sign that you need to deal with something, sit through something, think about something, journal about it, and release it. Okay. In your environment, you have the King of Autumn, which is the King of Pentacles. Be assertive when it comes to what you know is right and everything going your way. A good person or company to work for. The King of Autumn is compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. So now you have the King and the Queen here. Okay, so there is a pair. There could be a partnership, a divine counterpart, a couple here. Hopes and fears here for Aries. What do we have here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What do we have here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What do we have here for Aries? Four of spring. So you're wanting happiness, Aries. You're wanting joy. You're wanting happier times in your life, more things to celebrate. You're wanting stability. Okay. It says, be grateful you have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness and a content personal life. Beautiful energy. What is the outcome here? Takes a lot to get here, it feels like, within this reading, but it's going to be a beautiful thing. So the outcome is the Seven of Winter in reverse, which is the Seven of Swords. This feels like discovering some sort of truth or the truth coming to light. So this is going back to Ma'at, which in my eyes is justice. A lot of times the Ma'at is described as justice or karma or giving and receiving. Uh, I just saw something again. Okay, it was like a little cloud. So yeah, so Seven of Swords here, Ten of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse now. There is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. So if the Seven of Swords is in reverse and the outcome, the truth is about to slap you in your face. But I think it's a good thing. It could be the discovery of a truth. It could be a discovery of a lie, discovery of something that was lied. And I'm seeing the Five of Summer at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, focusing on that which frightens or worries you. But it's also in reverse. So that means coming up out of that situation or those feelings or that energy. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords in reverse. I like that it's in reverse because it means that whatever mistruth, whatever lie, trickery, or deceit that there was is being revealed, is being uncovered. And I think that's why the Ten of Swords was in reverse to the overall energy. So something here is being discovered, Aries. You could have known you were being lied to. You could have known that you were being betrayed because the perseverance card with the miracle is like, keep going and you're going to get to the finish line. You're going to get to the end in some aspect of your life. It could be a specific situation, but you're about to get to the end of it. All right. Tell us about the Seven of Winter in reverse. Seven of Winter in reverse. Can you tell me what the seven is? The Six of Cups. Six of Cups. And that's the energy you're in, Aries. This could be somebody from your past that you're dealing with. You could know this person for a very long time, maybe from childhood. Um, And now the temperance, number 14. This is the card that we started out with, balance. Same card. This is what you started off with, and now this is in the outcome. Something you're about to receive what you need emotionally. You're about to receive this healing. It's been a long, wow. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Six of Cups in the Temperance. That's deep. Give me one more here for the Seven of Swords. That's really deep. Oh, man. Really deep, really deep, really deep. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands here also. So this is going to give you the power to fuel forward, to forge ahead, and to create whatever it is that you want to create or whatever you desire, whatever you're passionate about. There is, this is so deep. It's making me emotional. It's making me emotional. It's like discovering the truth, seeing the truth clearly. Some of you could be really finding out the truth about a lie that was told to you from your past, from your childhood. And this discovery of this truth brings you balance and it brings you peace. It allows you to heal with the temperance and the Six of Cups because I'm seeing a child, even though you're not a child. I'm seeing a child. So like a figment, like a child, like let's say child in spirit form, like you're talking to yourself. Okay, like the movie like with little Timmy and stuff like that. Like you're looking back at yourself as a child, so you're seeing your child yourself in this spiritual form, right? So you're talking to your, but anyways, that child, you, is getting what they need now. The child within inside of you is getting what they need now as an adult, and it's going to be healing for you. There's some sort of self discovery here. It's discovery. It's like, now this could also be a child. That's not going to be for everyone, but there could be a child on the other side. That could be, there could be something here where there's some sort of healing. Um, and I'm not going to go there because, there could be a child on the other side, but that brings some sort of healing or peace, and it gives you power. It gives you energy, revitalization to move ahead and create. All right, stay with me. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Wands. Standing your ground, not giving up, not being defeated, and winning and overcoming something that was extremely difficult. Like, this doesn't feel like this is just a situation that you've been dealing with like recently that just happened. This feels like someone has been struggling in life in general, and this all started from childhood, from being able to not trust, being misused, mistreated, and then that started a cycle, possibly within relationships, friendships, people that you deal with. And it's like you finally standing your ground, and you're seeing something for what it is. You're getting the truth of a situation. There was actually a lie or deception. And this deception, it could be trickery, it could be deceit, it could be somebody that you were dealing with. This could just be like the wool pulled over your eyes is finally lifted, and you're seeing the truth of certain people in your life now finally for what it is. And you're overcoming something and you're able to move forward. This could also be the truth of your own self, right? Maybe you were convinced that you weren't good enough, or that you had this image of yourself that you weren't worthy of love, or you couldn't receive what you desired. Like it would always just be out of reach. And you're realizing now that that was not the truth, that maybe you were conditioned that way. Maybe you were abused with the Ten of Swords in reverse, in some way, mentally, physically, emotionally. And now you're overcoming something. There is like literally a transition that is taking place. Something is balancing out now, finally, for you, Aries. Um, Tell me about the temperance or the balance in the beginning. And I think that's why my aunt came out before, because you were always either someone was always a giver, always a receiver, but I'm feeling like you were always a giver and you never received back. And now look, with the lovers here, uh-oh, they're naked. With the lovers here, that means that the lovers talks about balance and duality. Could be relationships, like some of you have never gotten love the way that you've given love, right? You've always yearned and begged to be loved, maybe first by a maternal or paternal figure. And now you're discovering why that was, why you didn't receive that love. Maybe it was lies that you believed about yourself, that you were conditioned. And there's balance now that's coming into your life. You are, in some form, your energy, yourself, your self concept is balancing out. And you're going to be receiving love, partnership, relationships here. But the lovers is clarifying balance. Something here is healing for you, Aries. Relationships specifically are healing, are healing. Something is healing. And look at that, the Two of Cups. This is definitely about relationships. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to just be romantic relationships. Although what I'm feeling like is that something that was done maybe in a paternal or maternal sense of a relationship is being healed now. And that is kind of like paving the way for future relationships, which could be romantic or platonic in your life to happen. Because how do you get the Two of Cups and the Lovers clarifying each other? So that is definitely talking about love and relationships. And I'm just, hear me out. You could be single right now, right? That most of you, it is about, most of you, you are single. It is the reason why you haven't been able to have relationships or keep relationships healthy. Some of you could be married, right now, and you just been married to the wrong people or the wrong person, and you haven't been able to find that right person because what your magnet was attracting you to unhealthy people because that's how you were conditioned. Okay, stay with me. All right, Three of Cups and the Magician and the Seven of Cups is definitely about relationships. It's definitely about relationships because look, it just hit me in the face again. The Ten of Summoners, Ten of Cups, the Ten of Cups. And I'm not saying that only relationships are going to be the only thing that make you happy, but I do feel like this is talking about relationships, could even be within yourself, and relationships with yourself, and relationships with, well, first of all, you got to have a healthy relationship with yourself before you can have a healthy relationship with someone else. So I do, just when I say relationships, I mean it all. Okay. Um, yeah, this is what this is all talking about. And the Six of Summer here, with the Six of Summer is the Six of Cups. Childhood, that's in the outcome, Six of Cups. But most importantly, the Six of Cups is about emotions being reciprocated. And I feel like somebody, initial remote emotions that they first were supposed to receive from people were conditional. Like there was emotions that you were supposed to be receiving from certain people, people who took care of you, and they were maybe conditional, codependent. All right, tell me about the Nine of Summer or the Nine of Cups, which is in the future position. Woo! Tell me about the Ten of Swords. Yeah, the Moon, the Strength. Tell me about this. What's that wanted to come out? The Devil wanted to come out again. Tell me about this Nine of Cups and the Nine of Summer. The Queen of Cups. Someone is, ooh, this is deep. Someone is overcoming a lot of hurt and pain, a lot of hurt and pain, a lot of deep rooted subconscious, like this type of pain. It's not the pain that you necessarily wore or wear on your sleeve. This is the type of things that were done in the dark that really left an imprint on you, like a psychological or emotional imprint on you that you is really buried deep or is hidden to the rest of the world, but you know you suffer with this, and this suffering has is like with self-love, self-worth, how you see yourself, how you view yourself, how you feel about yourself, fears about being loved. All of that is coming to an end with the Ten of Swords, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups. With the Nine of Cups, yes, thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune. That means things are changing. And coming out upright, it means it's changing for the better. It's changing for a more positive future. It means that lessons have been learned, cycles have been complete, and now the wheel is turning. And the thing about the wheel of fortune is that what goes up must come down, and what's down goes up, right? It doesn't always stay the same. The wheel is always turning in life, right? So that's why you have to learn to appreciate and be in the present moment of where you're at so you can learn and to keep the wheel turning. Okay. So the Nine of Cups, which talks about wishes coming true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time in life, is being clarified by the Ten of Swords, an ending, a painful ending. The Moon card, fears, subconscious, things that are hidden deep. Okay, this also could be things done in the secret, betrayals as well. The Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This could be love. This can be compassion, self-love, self-worth. This also could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we just talked about the Wheel of Fortune. So some of you, someone is actually being called out. If somebody did something to you, betrayed you, hurt you, did something behind closed doors, all of that, we're not going to get into that. There could be some sort of exposure or coming out that is coming up in someone's life. With the Nine of Summer and the Nine of Cups, that means that it's good for you. It's a wish fulfillment for you. It's like it frees yourself. If something is exposed, it frees yourself from it, and now your life gets happier, more emotionally fulfilled. You're able to love yourself, love all of that. Okay. So yeah, I like this because it feels like someone is finally getting what they've been missing. Does that make okay? Finally getting what they've been missing on an emotional level. So like again, like I'm saying, like this could be somebody who's in a relationship and you've still never been loved the right way. You've still never been loved correctly. Does it have to, is it your partner's fault? No. It's the fact that maybe you may have settled on a partner because you just didn't want to be alone. Some of you are alone and never really been in a relationship for a long time or been in a healthy relationship or, and you're finally going to get what you want. You're finally going to get what you deserve, and it's going to feel good. And you're going to realize you weren't the problem. Okay. It's not that you weren't the problem, but you weren't the start of it, right? You healed yourself from something that was inflicted on you, and you healed yourself. You healed through that. Tell me about the King of Autumn, and then I'm going to close out the reading. Tell me about the King of Autumn. I can't believe I came back from a game and did a reading. I had so much energy. I had so much energy. Probably could have did laundry, but no. Tell me about the King of Autumn. Tell me about the King of Autumn or the King of Pentacles here. Tell me about the King of Autumn or the King of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. King of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. I don't know why I said Ten of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. In the near future, in the distance around you, in your energy, Aries, abundance. I mean, that came out already. Abundance. Abundance. And not just not just material wealth, but yes, not just material wealth, but also the type of abundant life where you could just take care of yourself. All right. You can take care of yourself. Your needs are met. And usually, generally, that comes, especially if you've not had or experienced that. A lot of times on an energetic level, it comes when your wishes are fulfilled. When you're in an energy of getting what you desire or receive or you want, your money sometimes get better. If you get into a relationship or love and that those beginning stages of love, and I talked about this, great time to manifest because you're in that vibration of love. You're feeling good. Maybe you're having really good sex. Maybe you've met somebody new or everything's just good right in the beginning. Great time to manifest. Also great time to manifest is while you're having sex, but that's another episode. Um Tell me about the King of Autumn here, Two of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So finally getting imbalance under control. Finally getting things under control, Aries. The King of Wands talks about leadership, being a visionary leader, seeing it, making it real, and then having other people follow your lead. So creating. Okay, being a master manifester too, the King of Wands. What is that? And the Justice. You finally getting what you deserve. That's the whole premise of this reading, getting what you deserve. All right, so I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to pull a Guardian Angel card and then leave it right there. Let's see. All right, if I can reach it. All right, Holy Spirit, Spirit, angels, please on. A little bit clear message here for the Aries collective sun, moon, Venus, and rising. Oop, there it is. Blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings. That's what this reading is about, too. Love, light, and blessings. Through this card, you are being showered with angelic light. Accept the blessings about to come your way and know that you deserve to have all your heart desires. You are being lovingly guided along a golden path, a magical journey through which you shall discover your true essence, the infinite and eternal you. Congratulations. Let me tell you something about desires. I get this a lot. Sometimes people come to me and they ask me, you know, get out of that bathroom. Sometimes people ask me, I just want to know if I should give up on love or if I have love coming, like, because I've been wanting love for so long and I just don't know if I should just give it up and just throw in the towel. Well, let me tell you something. If you have been desiring something, anything, we'll just talk about love. That means that desire was placed inside of you. That means that it was probably a part of your mission to come to this earth and find love, discover love, learn about love, and think about it. When you learn about a subject, you have to learn about every aspect or angle. You know, and I'm not saying that, people who end up in relationships early on in life don't have to learn about love. They learn about other things possibly that are more of the focal point in their life journey. Um, but if a desire was placed in you, it will come to fruition. Don't give up on it. It was placed in you, right? Because it was a part of your journey and your path. It's never a bad thing to have desires. Okay. And I think sometimes when we get caught up on time frames or how it's supposed to happen, or we look to our neighbor and see how their love story unfolded and things like that, it really gets you bogged down and can really get you discouraged, really get you in your head about whether or not it's something that is for you or it's not for you. And I'm telling you, if you have the desire for it, it is for you. And do not give up on it because it will come. Okay. It will come. Probably was just some things you had to do before it got there, but don't give up on love ever. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. Take care.